Back at it again in the Nike sweatshirt from like 2006. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today I have an ungodly amount of empties to get through with you guys. So we will be going through my empties today that I've been accumulating and collecting in a corner of my room for 3 months. And I feel like in 3 months, I actually have a lot. But I decided I'm gonna do things a teensy bit different this time around because this is the first empties video that I'm doing for 2018 and I'm doing a new, I'm out of breath. I'm too excited. I am pretty much starting 2018 with the mindset of using up my stuff, of not adding so much items to my collective everything. I just cleaned out my closet yesterday because I was feeling inspired to live more minimally. I'm kind of doing the same take with my makeup this year, so I'm doing the Project Pan videos. I'm trying not to buy as much makeup, and if I am buying makeup, I want to make sure that it's stuff that I know I'm going to use. I'm just going to try and actually use up stuff. For my empties for this year, I'm going to do things slightly different. I am going to calculate prices, basically going to see how much value I have in the amount of empties I have, to kind of assess that if the money that I'm spending is actually being used up, or at least a certain percentage is being used up. Does that make sense? Without further ado, we are going to get into it. I'm going to have everything categorized by skincare, then makeup is my second largest, and then hair care. Hair care is my smallest, which should be no surprise to anyone. So before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. And now let's just get into the video. Okay, so we are going to start with hair care because it is my smallest section, so we can get through it really quickly. That, and there are so many multiples of a certain product that is in literally every empties video. So I went through a lot of Batiste dry shampoo. I have 3 full-size bottles, 2 travel-size bottles, and I've talked about these every month. I always talk about these. These are amazing. Done. Next hair care item that I used up is this one. This is the Not Your Mother's Beach Babe Texturizing Sea Salt Spray. I pretty much used this religiously during the summer. From what I remember, I liked it. I don't think I'll be repurchasing it though because I don't really remember it that well. So I'll probably be trying a different sea salt spray for this summer. Definitely let me know in the comments if you have a favorite texturizing spray or a sea salt spray because I would love to try a new one. Next item is a body wash, and I've talked about this one before. I have mentioned this in multiple favorites, I'm pretty sure, and this is the Soap and Glory Clean On Me body wash. Smells so good, is very moisturizing, and is just a good body wash. Last item in my hair care section is this John Frieda Luminous Color Glaze in the brunette color. This is what I've been using on my hair for the last month and a half. No, not even that. This is what I've been using on my hair for the last 3 weeks. I used it every time I shampoo, and this is like a tint glaze thing. It's like a hair treatment. This does a great job of retoning my hair to be more balanced. That and the texture of my hair has been kind of unruly lately. It's a little crazy today, which I apologize for. I haven't fixed it. I literally washed my hair today, used this guy up. This is with my hair just washed and brushed. I didn't style it in any way, and the texture is so much better. There used to be days in past videos you can go and look where my hair, even if I fixed it, was just unruly. It was frizzy and damaged. What a glaze does is it essentially smooths over your hair shaft and locks everything in. It's not a dye, so this isn't permanent. So basically this fades after a few days and washes out when you wash, but it's even helping covering some of my gray hairs, which is amazing. It doesn't completely dye them because again, it's not a dye, but it does tint them so they're not quite as noticeable against my dark brown hair. Love it. Probably gonna repurchase this for a long time coming. And that is actually all of the hair care, so I'm gonna move into the largest section, which is my skincare. So I'm gonna start out with 2 items that I've mentioned in previous empties and I've mentioned in tons and tons of favorites, and that is the Clinique Take the Day Off Bombs. I went through 2 of these in the last 3 months, and I have not repurchased it yet because I was using a different facial oil in December. Basically, I was trying a new facial oil because I wanted to see if I could find something to replace this, and that facial oil didn't do it for me. It did fine, but this stuff is definitely hands down the best. It's a little expensive, which kind of sucks. Like, it's $29.50 a tub. Oh, it's just so good. Repurchasing this, definitely. This next little item is a little item, but it's really gross, so I don't want to show it too long. But this is a Etude House Lash Serum, and it was supposed to help like strengthen and potentially grow. It didn't really promise growth, but it was just supposed to help with the health of your eyelashes. And I really liked this while I was using it. Like, I stopped using it because it just started getting so grimy on the inside, so goodbye. So I'm gonna lump in some things together to kind of speed up the process. I finished a lot of little trial size things. So first one up is this IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. I liked this. I didn't think it was worth the full price, like for the full bottle. I don't think it was worth it. So I haven't purchased a full-size bottle. Next one is the Coty Moisturizing Sorbet. This was okay. It came with a little serum. The serum broke me out, like little tiny bumps all over. This was okay. I don't even think I completely finished it all the way. I think it's like down to right here, but it just, I wasn't enjoying using it. Next item is this little Laneige Water Bank Serum. Loved this stuff. I held onto this bottle actually for a really long time with just a little bit of product left in it because I loved it so much that I didn't want to finish it. I have not purchased the full-size bottle of this yet because on Sephora's website it retails for $36. Another little thing is this, the Body Shop's tea tree oil in the little teeny tiny bottle. I love this stuff when I have breakouts. I currently have a very large bottle of this that I found at TJ Maxx, so I haven't repurchased this little bottle because this is $10 for this little thing. But if you get breakouts, tea tree oil is phenomenal to put on them like overnight when you go to sleep. It kind of like dries them up and heals them quicker. So I definitely love having one of these bottles like always. I love having tea tree oil somewhere in the house because it just does wonders. And then last little trial size is the Belief Moisture Bomb. This is amazing. Haven't ordered it quite yet because it is expensive. Like I haven't ordered the full size, but it is in my Sephora cart just kind of waiting. So we will see because this was amazing. So I'm gonna get through serums now. I finished 2 full-size bottles of serum. So this first one is the Eliza Vecca Witch Piggy Hell Pore Control Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I love this. I already repurchased it. It is waiting in my bathroom right now to be opened because I have some other serums that I'm kind of trying to work through before I get to it. But I already reordered it because I thought it did a phenomenal job at helping my face stay more moisturized. It just felt really good. I just really enjoyed this serum. And then this other serum is the Mario Badescu Vitamin C Serum. I love this serum, but it is so expensive. This is $45 for this serum, and it lasted me a long time, but it's just so expensive that I haven't bought another one. I actually have a different brand's vitamin C serum, so it is not going to be repurchased. Not because it's not good, just because that is a lot of monies. I can't even believe I spent that the first time. This is the Boscia Restorative Night Moisture Cream, and it was the one that I got at TJ Maxx. It has the little like pump in it, but it was really good. Like I didn't have any issues with dry skin. I wish I kind of had one of these right now because I'm getting a little bit dry on my cheeks from how cold it's been, and I actually think this was completely discontinued, but I really liked this. Another thing that kind of helped with my dry skin was this Pacifica Wake Up Beautiful Super Hydration Sleepover Mask, and this was essentially like Korean sleeping mask that you put on before you go to bed at night, and it was supposed to help you wake up with nice, like refreshed, hydrated skin. I really liked this overall. It wasn't the best sleeping mask that I've ever used, so I haven't repurchased this. It wasn't bad, but I feel like Korean sleeping masks are just overall better than this was. Now, a Korean product that I loved, that everyone was kind of grossed out that I was using, is this Mizone Multifunction Formula All-in-One Snail Repair Cream. And yes, that is what it sounds like. It is basically snail mucus in a cream, but I don't know what it is about snail mucus, but it does phenomenal work for my skin. Once you get past how gross that sounds and you start seeing the benefits of it, I don't know. I think this is totally worth it. I want to get another one of these. I just don't know when because again, I have so much skincare that I need to get through, but definitely will be repurchasing this at some point. Another skincare item that I used up that is another Korean skincare item is this Tony Moly Rice Smoothing Toner. This was really good. I kind of want to get another one, but I think I still prefer the one from like 6 months ago that I used up called the Peach Sake Toner. That toner was just really, really good, but this one wasn't bad. Another toner that I used up that I feel the same way about is this Pacifica Kale Water. It's technically a micellar water, but I kind of used it as a toner as well because it says micellar cleansing tonic and it says to brighten tone. So in a way, I kind of used it as a toner. It did a pretty good job. It definitely was more stingy. Like when you put it on your skin, you could feel it longer, and it almost felt like after you wiped with a cotton round, it was like stinging a little bit. It wasn't my favorite thing to use. I probably won't repurchase this either, and it was stingy. I don't want stingy. Now, something that doesn't sting when you put it on your face is this Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. I've used this in like every Empties. I haven't repurchased this yet because I'm trying to find other sprays to use other than this one all the time. But this is just something good to always have. I constantly go through these. I've also talked about this micellar water like a ton, so I'm not gonna spend much time on it, but it's another Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water. It's really good. I like the one in the blue cap. I know a lot of people don't like this one because they say it's more oily. I like this one. I think it feels good. It gets everything off. No complaints. Now, something that is like a cult classic here in the YouTube world, the Pond's Cold Cream Cleanser. I like this. I think it did an all right job. I still prefer the Clinique Take the Day Off Balm way better because this is just a little too goopy for me. Like, I like the cleansing balms better because they become more like emulsified and not as clumpy. This is just thick. So like when I was taking off my eye makeup with this, I just felt like I was getting cream in my eye, and I don't like that. I'm really weird with my eyeballs, so I don't like the feeling that cream is getting all over my eye. It was really inexpensive, which I think is why a lot of people like it, but I just don't feel comfortable using it to take off my eye makeup, which is what a lot of people use this for. And now, like I've been saying, my skin is dry, and so I definitely used up a hand cream. This is just the Vaseline hand cream. It's really good. Like it. Nothing much to say. And then a face wash that I used this month is the L'Oreal Pure Clay Cleanser. I liked this. It lasted forever and a day, but overall no complaints at all about it. It did a decent job. I feel like I like cream cleansers a little better for my skin rather than clay ones, but this was good when I wanted a good exfoliator feeling to the skin. Not bad. Probably won't repurchase though. And then last item is this Ulta nail polish. If y'all watched my skincare declutter from like 6 months ago, I had this and it was like almost empty, and it took me this long to finish this bottle. I finished this yesterday. I don't know how it took me that long to finish freaking nail polish remover, but there we go. Shows how often I paint my nails. And guys, that is finally all of the skincare that I got through. And now we get to move on to the fun part. We get to move on to the makeup that I finished in the last 3 months. It really isn't that much, but it isn't that little either. So I'm excited to get into this. The first makeup items that I used up were something that I always use up in an Empties. I like to, let's just get these out of the way, is the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. You guys know this is hands down my holy grail setting spray. I can't find another setting spray that I like over this one. This one, I have called it Magical Unicorn Tears in a Bottle, and I still stand by that. I used up a full size and a travel size, and I have another brand new full size bottle on my vanity already. I always repurchase these. I don't care that the full size bottle is kind of expensive. It just does good work. This next item isn't really makeup, but it's not really skincare either, so I just threw it in here. This is one of the IT Cosmetics brush cleaning sprays. I love this. I talked about this in a favorites a few months ago. I already repurchased it. I really like this as an in-between cleaner. I like this stuff a lot. I actually finished up a foundation the last 3 months, and I was really excited when I finished it, and also slightly panicky, so I immediately had to go buy another one, and that is the L'Oreal Pro Glow. I finished it up. This is probably one of my favorite drugstore foundations at the moment. It just does such a great job on my dry skin of not accentuating any dryness. It just smooths over everything. It doesn't accentuate my pores. It's just a good foundation. I have nothing bad to say about this foundation. Another thing that is in here is a mascara. This is the CoverGirl Supersizer. I liked this all right. A lot of people swear by this, and I haven't felt the need to repurchase it. It was just okay. And then a primer I used up was a little travel size primer, and this is the TooFaced Hangover RX primer. I love this primer so much. It's just so good. It does such a great job of just like nourishing the skin and making it feel good, look good, just good. I haven't repurchased this yet because, again, you guys know I'm doing Project Pan. I have 2 primers that I'm trying to use up right now to kind of diminish my primer collection because there's really no need to have that many primers. So haven't repurchased it because I'm just trying to be a little better about my spending. Another primer that I finished up is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. This is the light infusing primer. You guys know I love this primer. I actually have a few other light diffusing primers right now. I actually do have another one from L'Oreal, which is their new one, the Glotion, which is essentially kind of like this. I love this. If I run out of those other light diffusing ones, I would probably go back to this one. I also finished up 2 concealers in the past few months. One of them is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This one was in the color Fair. I love this concealer. I am excited to go buy another one. And then the other concealer that I used up is this Master Camo from Maybelline. This is in the pink shade. I loved using this because you guys know I get very blue in the inner corner of my eye. I'm so fair skinned, you can basically just see my veins. I loved using this to cover up that blueness. I haven't repurchased this because I do have another color correcting palette in my collection that I could use if I really want to color correct. And then I actually finished up 2 lip products. I was so stoked to finish 2 lip products because I've talked about it before. I feel like I have a really hard time finishing lip products. Now these aren't too impressive because the first one is a lip balm. Lip balms aren't that hard for me to finish up because I use them constantly. But this is the Smith's Rosebud Salve. This lasted me like a year after using it every day. I don't know how it lasted that long. I basically squeezed it till it had nothing left to be squeezed. And then the other lip product that I actually finished up is this Meet Matte Hues. This is the color Committed, and these are just the liquid lipsticks that they came out with. Now this is definitely obviously a trial size version. This isn't a full-sized version of a lip product, so it's not that impressive, but I mean, I used this all the way up. I kind of want to buy the full-sized of this, but I also have so many other lip products I need to use, so I really don't need to buy. Next item is something that I kind of finished. I didn't quite finish everything all the way, but I felt good enough about what I had finished that I have a new one, if that makes sense. This is my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette that I bought a few years ago, and I basically hit pan, has touched pan in these 3 shades, and there's a good dent in all of the other shades except for this middle shade for some reason, because this shade I like to use as a eyeshadow, so that one also has a sizable dent in it. But I have a new Shade and Light palette that I found at TJ Maxx to replace my old one. That is why this is in here. I know it probably seems wasteful to some of y'all, but I literally just, and I don't want to have 2 palettes that I'm reaching into to use these, so I'm just. And then a blush I finally finished is this Milani blush in Luminoso. I've had this thing for so long. I remember when I bought it, I think I had just finished college, so this has been years, guys. I mean, it took me forever to finish this blush. And it still looks like there's a little bit left on the pan. It's not even worth trying to get my brush in that little tiny section. It's not enough to repress, so I'm done. It's done. I finished the blush. Y'all, I finished a blush. So the last item that I have in here is very old. I mean, the lid doesn't even attach anymore. This is the old packaging. This I've had for like 5 years, had it too long. This is the first highlighter I ever bought, so I'm a little sentimental about it, but it's basically as done as I'm probably going to get it. Oh my god, I've had this since 2012. Wow. So this is the TooFaced Candlelit Glow palette, or not palette, highlighting duo. It came with 2 shades. It came with a silver and a pink, which you can barely see them because it's just around the edge now. I pretty much hit pan on it a long time ago, and I loved it. I loved this highlighting thing. If you go back and look through Instagram pictures from like 2 years ago, I pretty much only used this. It's a very pretty highlight. It's kind of subtle in comparison to some of the other ones I have now, and it served me well. But now it is time for it to move on. But yeah, so guys, that is everything. That is everything that I finished up since October. I think October 18th was my last Empties video that I did. So basically from October till now, that is everything that I've used up. And I feel like that's a lot. Like, I feel like I did a pretty good job of using things up in the last few months. So I calculated the total of my amount of empties. So the amount of money that I ended up finishing up was $556.47 worth of products. I finished $500 worth of products in the last 3 months is like sensational to me. I'm so excited. I feel like that means like I'm buying stuff that I'm actually using and it's not a waste of money, and I'm just very excited. I think I did a good job, and this makes me more excited to continue with my project pans and to continue using up makeup because it feels good. If you guys think it's fun too, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you're not yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I do upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I don't want you guys to miss out on any of my videos. And hopefully that means I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!